Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got another pickups video for you here, some pretty interesting stuff, but first I wanted to show you a little table project that I was working on for the Retro Dungeon. Something to put my drinks on, something to hang out, put your feet up on when you're kicking back and playing video games or whatever. So right now I have it kind of set up for my live stream for the Extra Life Challenge, and if you guys are not aware of that, go check it out down below. I'd really appreciate the donations. I've been putting a lot of time and effort into getting ready for the Extra Life Challenge, and all the information's down below. I'm going to put a pump-up video explaining more details and stuff like that, but if you like to read or whatever, you can go and check out down below the link to the Extra Life Challenge. It'll explain everything that's all about. And please donate to my cause here, because I'm going to be doing a 24-hour live stream for, the sick kids kind of thing, and I'd really appreciate, people helping out. And so far I've had 2 generous donations. One's from DG13, also known as Derek from Two Dorks. He sent in some cash. That was my first donation, and the second one came from Miles from Block of Nerds, and also Catherine, I'm assuming as well, probably combined between the two of them, donated to the cause as well. And that was just the most recent one. I'm very happy that they've decided to help out my cause. They know what it means to me, they know what it means to the community, and they know what it means for those kids. So if you guys feel that generous or something like that, please go down, check it out. I've got links down below, and you can donate to the cause and help out the sick kids when you can. But let me get down to it right here. Like I was mentioning before here, I did a table for the Retro Dungeon. Before I got a little sidetracked there, I did a little table for the Retro Dungeon. I want to show this off. If you've been on Twitter, you've seen this before already, but if you haven't been on Twitter, then you probably, or you don't follow me on Twitter, you probably haven't seen this. So it's pretty cool. I got some video clips and some pictures here, so check it out. So that's the table that I put together. I thought it turned out pretty well. There's a few flaws, but if I don't really point them out to you, you probably wouldn't even notice it when you're sitting here. I think it's really a great collection of items here on the table. Lots of memories for me as far as video games go. A lot of my favorite games as a kid or games that I played as a kid made it to the top of the table kind of thing, but lots of cool other NES titles also on the table and represented as well. So really cool project. Took me a while to get to it, but I eventually put it together, and I'm pretty happy with the way that it turned out. That being said, all that aside, let's get down to the pickups here. So first thing I wanted to show you something that I picked up from Value Village, and that's a PSP charger. This one here, I can't remember what model it goes with, but it was $2, and you can never really turn these down kind of thing for $2, because you seem to find systems, but sometimes you don't find the chargers with them. And this one looks to be in really decent shape. So for $2, I thought that was pretty amazing score right there. Moving on, also from a Value Village on a different day, I picked up Assassin's Creed Ezio's Trilogy. And the thing with this one is, I paid $7 for it, which is kind of pricey for a PS3 title from, a thrift shop kind of thing. But it has these 3 games on it, so I figured that's a pretty good deal. It's got Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, which means I can, take my other games that I have for these, like Assassin's Creed 2 and whatnot, and then, basically just recoup my cost for this one. It cuts down on the amount of discs you have and gets everything nicely on a compilation. I'm just hoping to be sure that this one here, everything's contained on the disc. If it's not, then I'll have to hold on to the discs, just because, it's physical media is important kind of thing, to me anyways, and I don't really like the download kind of thing, because, what if your system dies and they don't, allow you to re-download it or something like that. So if that's the case, whatever, but as it stands, pretty cool right there. And I'm a big fan of Assassin's Creed. I played it way back, the first one and second one and so on, so really enjoyed that one right there, and happy to get that one for the collection. Next one here came from a Talese, and there's a few games. I walked in and there was a ton of PS2 titles. Someone must have donated their whole collection. There's some pretty decent stuff in there, not too bad. I left a lot of things behind just because I was being a little bit more picky, I think, but I found some pretty good titles, I think. The first one here is Onimusha Blade Warriors, and I've never really seen anybody pick this one up, so thought I would get that. I don't know how common it is, but in all the YouTube videos I've ever watched, I never remember seeing this from anybody. So pretty cool. It's kind of like a Smash Bros or a fighter kind of game. And that's all I know about it, really. I just thought it was kind of cool and never saw it before, so I thought I'd pick it up, and that one was $5. Next one here is an absolute must-buy for anybody's collection. I think that one here would be Okami. So if you have a PS2 collection, you definitely have to have Okami in it. I didn't, so this is a great score for me. I think I have the Wii version. I'm not totally certain about that, but I don't have the PS2 version until now, so this is really cool. And this was $5 as well. And just like the other one, which I didn't show you, but this one here is also complete and in really nice shape. Just a matter of cleaning it up a little bit, and I'll probably have to recase it because it looks like somebody tried to rip that off and sort of damage the corner of it, but otherwise it's in like pretty mint shape. So nice to find that one, because we know that's a real gem, and I don't mean a hidden gem, just a gem on the PS2. So pretty sweet right there. And then moving on, also picked up One Piece Grand Adventure, which also turns out to be sort of like a, I think I want to compare it to something like Power Stone type of a fighter. You know, you go to different levels, and it's sort of like a more 3D kind of environment, sort of like Power Stone is, where you can like move around in the stage a little bit. That's the way my impressions of it. I could be totally wrong though, because I've never actually played it before. This is my first foray into like the One Piece lore or whatever. I've never played any of the games associated with it, or seen any of the animation that goes with it, or cartoons, or whatever you'd like to call them, that go along with One Piece. But this one's pretty cool right here to add into the collection. I'm pretty happy about this. And then the last thing that I found in that store on the same day was this right here, which is a Wii U Pro controller, which I think is a pretty good score to get for $5, because that's what I paid for it. Really happy to get this, because I had a couple of knockoff ones, and they're pretty cheap or whatever, and I bought them thinking I might use them, but they're just not something that, you know, I end up using just because I think they're really cheap and whatever. So happy to pick this one up. It feels pretty solid. It feels like everything's legit here, and it lights up, as you can see right there. So it's just a matter of syncing this with my system, and I'm gonna be pretty happy camper to actually get a Wii U Pro controller, because I did not have one, official one anyways, before. So pretty sweet right there. And then the last one is probably the score of the entire thing. It was the last thing I picked up. I wasn't just saving it for the end. But this is pretty cool right here. And I picked up Gunstar Heroes from a Value Village. Beat out the Sharks that day, and they came in swarming right after I was in there. So really happy to find this one. Super pleased that I was able to get there early enough, ahead of those guys, in order to score this, because it wouldn't have sat there long with the $4 price tag that was on it, that's for sure. And so I made sure that I got my hands on that, and got out of there as quickly as possible. So pretty cool right there. Gunstar Heroes is something that I think is a must-have for collectors. I didn't have it previously until I got it just now, so I'm really happy to have that, and I'm going to be able to check that one out. Maybe that'll be one that I'll put on my 24-hour live stream as I'm, you know, going through like different games or whatever. I hear this is probably one of the ones that people would love to play, so really happy to pick that one up. That's everything I got to show you this time around. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I will see you all later.